second day of shooting for my feature film is done, and boy, it's weird. It feels like we have another drop in the bucket, and I basically feel like I feel better. I feel like the second day of filming went better. I mean, people say that it did, but at the time, I didn't think it was the case. I felt like we were, like, I just felt like a mess, and the reason why is, I remember, I basically, my Nana died the week prior to the second day of filming. First day of filming for my feature, the day before I'm visiting her for the last time. And second day of filming, the night before, I was writing her eulogy. And, man, I remember just being up late at night writing the eulogy and just trying to capture in words everything that she meant to everyone, and got everyone's stories from them and put it into a narrative, and kind of took what I learned from doing an interview with her for my podcast years ago, like a year ago, when on her 91st birthday, and encapsulated it into a story. But I think I'll make that as a separate video, things about, what I learned from my Nana. But just second day of filming, I feel much better. There's been so many things going on leading up to it. I ended up firing someone who I didn't want to fire, but it was a weird instance where they were asking for a lot of different things, reasonable things, but when they ask her like 10, 15 things within a week, I don't know how to tell them that it's a lot. Like, I've got a lot on my plate. I didn't tell them that my Nana passed. I didn't tell them that all the things that they were asking for, you're basically putting me into a box that really it's like, you're asking me to do so many things, and even if you are the only person who I'm catering to, or no, I don't want to say catering to, even if you're the only person I'm trying to accommodate, and there's a lot of other people, and I like to make sure that I'm accommodating to others, even if you were the only one, it was still been a lot. And so I don't know whether, I don't think that you're supposed to continue on a feature working with people who kind of put you in that position. Could I have kept them on? Yes, but I would have been it would have been killing me with stress. I've worked with people like that. I've moved forward in those kind of situations, and it cost me friendships. It cost me, like, it cost me white hair in my, well, I don't know if that was something else. I mean, it's those moments where you're bending over backwards for someone because you do care, but it's like, how can you not see what you're doing? Either they can see it or they don't, and you just, eventually you kind of get put in a position where it's like, if you bring it up, if you tell them, hey, you're asking for a lot, well, their demands are reasonable to them because they're actually reasonable, but they don't see it. If they don't see all the things that they're asking for together, and I call it demand clustering, when someone makes a bunch of demands that are reasonable, but all together at once, and basically clog the pipeline for you, and so you can't really do anything else, and you're kind of stuck. And it's like, it's almost like somebody's putting you into a submission in jiu-jitsu, and you're like, dude, I'm tapping, I'm done, I can't do this. And I don't know how to tell, like there's time, like, you can tell the person you're tapping. I chose not to. And do I regret that? In the short term, I probably would, but in the long term, I don't. I just decided not to say anything because, like, just to kind of keep it, you know, hey, like, I think that the distance thing is an issue. You know, and it's really just, life is so short, and it's dealing with that is stressing me out. This wouldn't have been the last time this happened. And so I made a decision to just, you know, amicably kind of end it. Plus, I kind of had some red flags that they weren't totally invested, and I've seen that before in this kind of situation. But I made a decision there, and but this person, I'm grateful for them because they made a lot of positive contributions in terms of giving me great feedback. But I just it was way too much, and they asked me if they could film all their scenes in one day, and I just was like, you know, after everything else, I'm like, I even messaged my friend before that, and I was like, this is, I don't know if I'm making a decision right now, but this person's asking for a lot right now, and I don't know what to make of this. And then the asking to do everything in one day came up, and I was just like, this person, either they're not saying something, I'm not sure if they don't want to do it or something, but I don't want to find out the hard way after we've shot a bunch of stuff. Plus, you know, I just spent weeks finding a location for them, which is really tough when you have a deadline for a location. I prefer finding locations before bringing someone on, or before scheduling with an actor. But instead, she's like, "Oh, I can, you know, if you can find a location for that." I was like, you know what? Game on, let's do it. Then it was, here's I need this contract, I need the updated script, when everyone else is penciling the changes in, because I haven't had a chance to like update the entire script. It's going to take me till next month at the soonest. And I was just honest, hey, I can't, I was honest about all the limitations, and I figured this person would get the hint, and I just was like, all right, you know. Yeah, I guess the question is, what would Jesus do in this instance? Jesus was making a film. What's the grace-filled way of dealing with something like this? Would he have just gone ahead and said, hey, sorry, I can't work with you? Or what if he had said, like, hey, you know, I don't think that we can do this. You know, like, all right, this is, you're putting a lot of weight on me. I kind of jumped the gun to to play it safe. Like, I definitely could have said, hey, I mean, not that they complained or anything, not that, you know, but I could have said, hey, this is, you know, it's a lot. But, you know, I've been in that place before, and, you know, that person or those people would say, that I've been through that with, they would then later say, you know, I've been allowing this to roll off my back, you know, the way you've been treating me. What do you mean treating you? Like, you're asking me to do so much, and I can't do this. And, you know, maybe it wasn't them interpreting that. Maybe it was something else I said. I don't know. But I do know, like, I've been in that place, and you kind of, maybe it's being a people pleaser or something. You just want to do everything for everyone, and you want to help them out, or more so, I'd say it's extreme ownership. I want to be accountable for everything and accommodate everyone, and if somebody's a good person, I want to, like, help them out, and they're asking for something that's reasonable. You know, I want to do what I can to, you know, make the project as great for them as possible, and so I think from that standpoint, I think I made a challenging decision, although I did pray on it, you know, and I think it was clear to me. But yeah, it's something you have to do sometimes. But that happened, Nana passing that same week, and I was so stressed from finding that location, just hunting for stuff to work with, and luckily I found a bunch of other locations I was looking for. And that's the beauty of it, is like you look for one thing and then you find a bunch of other stuff that you weren't looking for. That's the beauty of just getting started and moving in one direction. Like, if you need to make a film, you need to find locations. Just get started driving or somewhere, or moving some direction, and or walking some way in the woods, and you're going to find something. Just get started moving, and put one foot in front of the other, and eventually things will start happening. And you might not know how it's happening or how it's working, but you'll get there. But yeah, first day of shooting, or second day of shooting, we're already on that, but it's like of probably 30 days maybe or more. It feels weird because it's like, yeah, you're just putting more drops in the bucket. Now we're halfway through the therapy scenes of the film, and basically, hopefully, I'm praying, God, please help the next 2 shoots at this location go well, so that we have them locked in and I can start editing them and feel safe to start editing them. But I'm grateful for how it went, and I'm looking forward to, where it goes moving forward. Also, I'm just remembering, I got to text this one actor I'm auditioning for this one role to get his availability on one of those shoots. It's funny, it's kind of a scrappy way of going about it, where you start with one thing, and then not everything's kind of sorted out, and you're kind of figuring it out as you go, like, oh, this person still needs to be cast, I need to find this location, blah blah blah. I mean, I like that. I honestly, I won't lie, like, most projects, they don't do it that way, but I think it's fine. I think it's great. I think it's actually, it makes it more, it just feels right for my brain, like, just to move in any direction that I want. Like, allow myself to just, okay, we want to start filming something. Let's just get started. We don't have to find all the locations. We don't have to find all the actors, because what if you find all the actors or all the locations, and then something or someone drops out, and that's going to happen. Like, I've already had to recast someone. And actually, I think that's going to be working out for the better, because I'm hiring somebody who, I think, like, it's crazy. They emailed me, but they sent they to submit to the casting call, but they sent it to the wrong email. And then my friend recommended them, and I reached out to them, and I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, this person would match the character even better. Why didn't I think about this person? Or why didn't they? I didn't think they would reach out to me, and so we, that's going to be awesome. We'll be working with somebody who I'm even more excited to work with, and that so it works out in the end. And oh geez, this is a one-way street. That's crazy. Whoa, sorry. I did not know that was happening here. Whoa, that's how do people know? Oh, do not enter. Cool. Oh, that's why I didn't run headlong into someone else. That's funny. Basically, yeah, I don't mind, like, the scrappiness style of how we're doing this. It's fun, and it's kind of like starting a YouTube channel and just, I'm gonna go drive to the woods and just walk around in the woods talking on camera about anything that kind of comes to me. It's like I'm the way I'm seeing this YouTube channel now, it's like, okay, every video I make is going to be a topic that I want to riff on, and each video is going to be a rung of the ladder, and the ladder that I'm trying to create is the ladder towards who I'm trying to be as a filmmaker and a man, a Christian man. I want to combine those two. I'm gonna create the ladder as I'm trying to go there, and basically teach that as I go. That's something I've always wanted to do, and because the problem I see is, like, it was really hard for me to get to where I'm at as a filmmaker myself, and let alone a Christian man, like, and to combine the two, that would be awesome to see more, Christian filmmakers, not only Christian filmmakers, but, like, I'd say Christian filmmakers in disguise, where, they're making films that aren't necessarily Christian films. They're making films that have godly values based on their understanding of faith. That's what I want to move towards right now. But I want those films to be good films. I want filmmakers to know how to make films that are, hold on, I need to focus at this intersection. It is no cars coming. Cool. Sorry, I have to pay attention sometimes. I want people to be able to make films and write and direct them the way that I've always wanted to, and it took me a decade to find out how to do. So, if you like my film, you'll know whether this is for you or not. But yeah, I'm excited about that. And for this, back on how the shoot went, it's been going really good. We hired a really good group of people. Some old faces came and showed up and helped out. And, I feel like we're building a community of really awesome people. Like you go into these phone calls with crew members or actors, and you accumulate finding people over the years that you're like, this person's an awesome person. You get better at knowing when someone's like cool. Like, I can talk with them. We're both cool. Like, we can, we enjoy working with each other, and they enjoy working with me. They trust me. I trust them. When you learn how to find those people and surround yourself with them and create projects with people like that, it's just such a beautiful thing. And right now I'm so excited to like bring new faces into the project and have them benefit from all the people I've met. And so, we're sitting there. My favorite thing is when you're sitting on set eating food, and we're getting pretty good at catering on set. I always go to Wawa and get some foods. I ask everyone, what's your sandwich you want? And if you don't tell me by this date, you're getting the mystery sandwich. Usually I'll if they let me know the morning of, it's fine. But it makes it so much easier to just go to Wawa and order a bunch of food. And hey Wawa, if you wanna sponsor me, that and Coca-Cola, because I drink a lot of Coke on set. But you reach out to people and say, we do that. We do Wawa. We also bring a lot of food with us, snacks and things. I'm getting better at that. But yeah. Also, I got a coffee machine and a hot dog roller. So now we have somebody on hot dog and coffee duty. And it helps you create hot meals. It's not the most healthy thing, I'm not gonna lie, but it's really humorous. It's really humorous having a hot dog roller and having a hot dog meister running it. Man, good times making movies. But back on how the shoot went, I remember just acting, and I didn't get all 3 of the run-throughs of memorization I wanted to get leading up to it. I only got 2. But like where I really stress test, pressure test memorizing things, recalling it without looking at it. But yeah, I even remember apologizing to people. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm spinning my wheels here. I guess I'm just going through a lot right now. And they're like, why are you apologizing? You're doing better than you were last week or last shoot. And I just was like, really? I feel like I'm doing terrible right now. I think what I was doing terrible was with my OCD. My OCD was worse because when you care about something, your OCD sees more smoke alarms as fires than they really are. And so, no, I'm just fortunate to have crew and people who, care about me, who I care about and trust. We trust each other, and it's been awesome. So, yeah, second day of shooting is going well. I feel less pressure on the second day of shooting than the first, going into it and going through it and coming out of it. And it's becoming normalized at this point. We've got a big project ahead of us, but it's fun. Like, even if the drops in the bucket get poured out, I hope they don't. I pray they don't. I pray that, moving forward, everything turns out great, and I think it will. Praise God. Let His will be done. But yeah, it's been going well, and I'm very blessed with that. And that's a good video idea, is be blessed, not grateful. That's the next one I'm recording. But I hope this video was helpful. I'm at the park now. Now I'm going to walk around with my little selfie stick that's really a tripod and continue this and doing more videos. But I appreciate you watching. I think my goal is to start doing daily videos if I can. I need to get back to that. I feel like that's what I need to do to really take flight with this channel and to really make it as helpful as possible. I think the more videos I do, it's casual. I'm just here talking, sharing my journey. The more videos I do, the more helpful it'll be, more useful information, the more rungs on the ladder that, people can climb and get to wherever I'm at in my journey. That's my goal, is to help people get to where I'm at in my journey. And right now I'm making a feature film, and I hope this was helpful. You know what I might do? I might do this maybe on this video or another one. Put an email on the page, or the screen, and you're able to then you're able to email that, and I will basically, I'll try to answer questions. Like if you have any requests or video requests, shoot me an email here. I might create a new email for that, or just put mine up there. No, I'll create a new one. And yeah, that would probably make things much more streamlined, so that I can, and I might respond to you. I might, make it a video. I think that would make this a more useful dialogue. But I hope you have a great day. I pray you have a great day. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Later.